The second update to Tech World has finally arrived in Pet Simulator 99. They've added over 25 new areas, a bunch of new eggs, new mini games, brand new masteries, and a bunch of new enchants to the game. But the most exciting thing for free-to-play players is the St. Patrick's Day event that they're running every 4 hours, where you and your friends have to come together and battle a bunch of chests, lucky blocks, and more to be able to get to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And in this pot of gold is a magic egg that we are able to AFK hatch for one of the best free-to-play huge pets in the game right now, the huge Clover fairy. The only problem is we have a completely new currency for this event, and it's not that easy to farm for free-to-play players if you don't have the right setup. So today we're going to be going over my top 3 free-to-play enchant setups for you guys to be able to farm for that huge for the full hour during the St. Patrick's Day event. And just for a rough number, I sat through the whole hour, roughly about 54 minutes of it, and I only burned through about 12-ish million of the currency. So anything above this should be fine, especially if you do not have max eggs, because you won't be burning through that much of the currency. I was not only using an auto clicker, I also have egg mastery 99. Not only am I opening them as fast as possible, but they also cost me a lot less. So the prices could vary for you. I think a solid margin to aim for is 15 million of the St. Patrick's Day currency in order to be able to AFK for the 1 hour that the egg is actually around. Now let's go ahead and jump into the different enchant builds. We're going to start off with the first one. They're all going to be kind of similar, but it really depends on what your team is comprised of. Some teams are much stronger than others. So let's go ahead and start with enchant build number 1. We have 2 coins 8 here. That brings it up to 320% boost. We have a strength 8, a criticals 8, a super lightning, and a magnet. Now, the main reason why we build this composition around the magnet 3 is because this is the second strongest magnet enchant, second to the super magnet, which is the most overpowered one. But for free-to-play players, this is what I'm assuming your maximum build can look like. Again, I won't be using the premium enchant slots, but what we will do is we will show all of my boosts just to give you guys a real frame of reference of where I'm at. I do have some game passes here. I can't take those off. I wish I could. We are going to max out on our fruits here. We are going to max out on our potions, not using tier 9s, just using tier 8s. So we're going to do double coin, double damage. You know, might as well do double treasure hunter. And if you can't afford it, the cocktails work as well. And then 2 of the speed potion 2s. This should give us the absolute strongest composition for our team when it comes down to it. Now, I would highly recommend using fortune flags instead of magnet flags. If you have a magnet flag in your enchants, use a fortune flag. It just makes so much more sense. We're going to give it about a minute, see how many of the currency that we actually get. We're at 30.8 million. So after about 60 seconds, we're going to do the math and tell you how much you get per hour. All right, and after about 1 minute of grinding, we got 170,000 tokens. So with 170,000 tokens being farmed within 1 minute roughly, we can do some pretty quick math. The math comes out to 170,000 times 60, and we get 10.2 million gems per hour with my current team build and this current enchant build. Now, a lot of the reason why I like this enchant build is because 1, you get the maximum increase of the currency, but you also get some pretty good damage, and also the super lightning really does help clear the field while missing none of the coin orbs that are dropped on the ground. But for my second free-to-play enchant composition, we're going to run the same exact strategy, but just slightly different. We're going to run ourselves a coins 8, a Midas touch, a strength 8, and we're going to run 2 criticals 8. This will increase our damage, and we're pretty much going to be critting about half the time, and the same thing with the magnet, just right in the middle. So when the flag hits 7, we are going to go in. After the 1 minute, we got about 166,000 of the currency. That's not as good as the first enchant composition, but honestly, I wasn't really too worried about it because this composition is more reliant on the fact that we are running double critical, which we're hoping hits at least half the time, but also we're hoping that the Midas touch takes effect. We're also hoping that our golden breakables 1 actually takes effect as well. And if you guys do have the benefit to get golden breakables 2, that is an amazing increase and will help you guys a lot in terms of getting the currency. That is about 10 million currency per hour. So that's not bad. It's a pretty good composition, and it really does thrive if you do not have exclusive huges and titanics as well. For the last one, we're going to run a triple stack coins 8 with a strong pets 8 and a criticals 8 with a magnet. And right after this, we're going to be showing the pay to win strategy to show you guys how I literally get like 15-20 million coins per hour. And after a minute, we got 155,000 gems from that. This enchant is definitely closer to just proving the fact that stacking 3 of an enchant is pretty much a no-no. That third enchant is really doing nothing. If we were to switch this out for a Midas Touch, or even really anything, if you guys do have the luxury of any of the premium enchants, then by all means go for it. Those are the better ones for sure. But if you guys are completely free to play, I would suggest using a Midas Touch here because it's just so much better in terms of actually increasing your value that you're getting here. Now let's move on to the pay to win build. So if you guys are pay to win players and you guys want to know what composition I'm running to get the maximum amount of currency that I am able to get, this is what I'm running. This is currently the setup I'm running. Although I love the boss chest mimic and the chest mimic overall, think about the boss lucky block. I'm going to make a video on these enchants, by the way, but this is incredibly overpowered in my opinion, not only for currency but also for items. But as you can see, I'm running 2 coins 8, a Midas Touch, a Fruity Enchant, which I think is super overpowered, Strong Pets 8, Super Lightning, Criticals 8, Boss Lucky Block, and Super Magnet. Arguably, the Super Magnet is the best enchant in the game. I really don't even think it's close. When the flag says 9 minutes and 40 seconds remain, we're going to hop into this zone, and we're going to see exactly how strong my setup is. All right, and with that said, we got about 240-ish thousand coins from about a little over a minute. I gave it about a minute and 15 just because we did have to turn on the tap, because I did forget to mention, if you are running the Super Lightning, if you have auto tap, please run it. That's the only way to really make it effective. But another major thing that we need to note when it comes down to these builds is you have to make sure, you have to understand that if you are running Huges and Titanics, if you're not running the right charms on them, you may see varying results. So a lot of people may say, oh, I'm not getting as much as you. That's because I've loaded a lot of these up with varying different enchants, be it coins enchants, TNTs, strength. Sometimes I just keep them on none, some have bonus. It changes depending on what Huges I'm really looking for, and most of my farming Huges are on my ult accounts. So this was kind of a litmus test, showing what a middle of the pack team would kind of look like, especially with free to play enchants, and then obviously comparing the pay to win one. Obviously 240,000 gems in roughly about a minute and 10 seconds, if we do the math, is 14.5 million St. Patrick's Day currency, which allows you to pretty much AFK for that entire hour, especially if you're using an auto clicker, and if you're max egg mastery, it will still last you about that hour. My last video, I would say I was going to give away a huge fluffy cat, and the winner will be shown on screen now. Congratulations to you, but don't go anywhere, because in this video we are going to be giving away not 1, not 5, 10 of the coins 8 enchants for you guys to help you guys on your grind for the St. Patrick's Day currency. I really do hope it helps you guys out. But again, if you guys want to be eligible for these giveaways, you do have to be subscribed to the channel, so if you haven't already done that, please do so, and don't forget to type your username down in the comments below. But congratulations again, and now back to the video. But anyways, guys, I really do hope this video helped. If you did find this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video. Don't forget to leave a comment of what enchant builds you guys are running. I really would love to try some of your setups out and to see if they're maybe better than what I've cooked up. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.